Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we're going over your guys' chart requests from over here inside of the Discord. This was open all weekend, and I will be starting up here today with... Who do we got? We got Jay the Man wants to look at Link and Cetus. Then we're just going to keep going down the list. I'll also be taking some chart requests from the live chat as well. If you guys are on the live, go ahead and get your chart requests inside of the live chat, and we will be covering those in today's video. Before we jump in really quick, I just want to talk about Circle really making a move this week. Big move off the bottom there. I think that green dot is probably going to pop here any day. I think this is going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of the Clarity Act. So we did get a signal here back in February at 60. It popped all the way up here to 140. And I don't know if you guys saw the news, but Russia ended up passing their version of the Clarity Act. So I think all the other countries are now going to follow suit. I think the United States looks pretty stupid for not getting it done first. But hey, that's the game. Good for Russia, pushing the needle, moving the needle forward. So yeah, Circle's looking good. The other altcoin I'm really looking at right now, guys, is Plume. Plume has a green dot showing up this week, and it's breaking out over the 9 EMA. This is like a really small $50 million market cap with a lot of interesting partnerships. They've been featured on CNBC. You guys can see we've just been consolidating and ranging since back here in February, right? A range when we're ranging, we're just going sideways. We're not really moving, right? We're just stuck in a range. We're not going down. We're not going up. We're just ranging here, and I'm looking for this one to break out over that penny-and-a-half level, and I think once that happens, this thing is going to absolutely fly, but that thing popped up here this week, so I just wanted to point that out. What do you guys got for chart requests? I see one here for Andre in the chat. What's going on, Andre? What's going on, Jeff? What's going on, Bobby? What's going on, Gary? If you guys have those requests, go ahead and drop them in the live chat, and again, I will be taking those here from the feed. I see one here from the chat for AMD. AMD is a chip stock, so we are short chip stocks here. On this channel at least. Guys, we never like to buy that far off of the 40-year moving average. This thing's trading at a massive premium, so I am short chips. So if you ask me about a chip stock, maybe besides SMCI, okay, SMCI big pop after hours, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw the news, but they are up massive after hours. I think they're up like 15 to 20% after hours. Huge move on that. This $20 to $30 level range has just historically been a great time to buy this stock. But AMD, I'm remaining short, right? We don't buy unless the wave is down here, right? The blue wave is down here giving green dots. Okay, we don't want to buy when the wave is up here and everything's pointing down. So 600 is a really important level for AMD. If it breaks out, it could continue. But again, if we're looking over here at our cheat sheet, guys, we never want to buy when price is that extended off the average. Okay, because that's just when things, right, that's when things will end up correcting, right? I could show you a million examples of this, right? XRP back here, everyone was excited about XRP. It pulled all the way back from 350 down to $1.14. I mean, you could look at any stock and see what happens when you get that extension. Here's Ethereum, okay, way off the average. Let's look at Tesla, okay, way off the average. What does it do? It pulls back into the mean. So AMD, we're still short, okay? I mean, this is a great day trading stock right now, very volatile. But we are swing traders here on this channel, and we don't want to buy up here in bubble territory. What's going on, Arturo? Gary says, where'd you go, Gary? Oh, IONQ has it bounced at the bottom. IONQ, this was a really nice trade for us this year. We entered this right back here in April. It went from 25 all the way up to 70. We literally nailed this trade, okay, and it sold off really hard. So I like the sell-off. Right, the only thing we need now is that green dot confirmation. So, no, I don't think the bottom's in. Once we see the signal, that'll give us more confirmation. But I want to see this one go sideways for a while and build support. But it is getting closer and closer. Like, I'd rather buy IONQ right here than AMD. Right, AMD's, right, 60% off the 4-year average. Again, that's like going to Costco and buying your groceries at a 64% discount. You would never do that, and you shouldn't do it with your investments either. IONQ is not sitting at that big of a gap. I think it's a little less, probably 16%. Okay, but you can see how it bounced right on that level here last time. I'm definitely eyeing this one. This is my favorite quantum computing play, but we just need that confirmation, that signal. I see one here for Arturo for Pyth in the chat. Pyth is still looking good, right? The dot is still green. We broke up above the 9. I'm still bullish on Pyth. I'd be a holder here, right? We got the signal right here at around 3.5 cents. You're already up probably a good 20%. I think this price action will continue on upward here. I like Pyth. Let's take some here from the Discord. Like I said, if you guys got those in the chat, feel free to drop them in there I'll be live for the next hour or two, just taking chart requests from you guys hanging out here. If you guys have questions, anything you guys need, just let me know. I am here to serve. Chainlink is still looking solid here. I made a TikTok on this today. We still love it, okay? Until we see a red dot, we're not worried about Chainlink. I think this one is about ready to absolutely explode to the upside. Really liking the price action here. Again, breaking over the 9 EMA. Again, when we're down below that orange line, that's the 9 EMA. That's our momentum indicator. Okay, that tells us the short-term price action is bearish. But as soon as we start to break up, okay, that is when the bulls are stepping into control. This was a fake out right here, okay? But again, there can only be so many fake outs. This thing's sitting down here where it bounced in 2024. It hit this level and went all the way to $30. So we are very long on Chainlink right now, one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. Your other request was Cetus. Cetus is another big position that I have on here. Cetus is in the portfolio. It has a green dot this week. So yeah, we'd be buying. We bought this one down here at $0.015. We're up a little bit on it. And it does have a signal here this week as well. So this is a buying opportunity, right? We want to buy when the blue wave is down here. Okay, if you miss this signal, you can enter now on this one. This thing's all-time high was all the way up here at 50 cents. It's sitting at 2 cents right now. Okay, if it goes halfway to where it was back here in the last bull run, we're going to be very happy with Cetus here. I'm still very bullish on Cetus. Bobby says, coin getting jiggy with it. Yes, sir. That thing broke out big today. Massive breakout over the 9 there. We have been watching this one for a while now. We got our signal back here in February. Again, another stock that's just ranging here. Again, when we're ranging, we're just doing nothing, right? There's not a lot going on. Very boring price action. Good day trading stuff, but when we're just sitting sideways like this, it's very boring for a swing trader, right? Very boring for our strategy. But it's not a bad time to be buying, right? Buying and holding. It just requires patience for it to take off. And this actually broke out over the 9 here today. So some of these crypto stocks like Coinbase, okay, and Circle today, both of those big Clarity Act names, okay, those are both big Clarity Act names, stablecoin related, okay. Both of those breaking out today is a very good sign for altcoins, in my opinion. Okay, that tells me that, hey, something's coming. I really like Coinbase here. Again, we called this signal out a few weeks ago at $1.60. We've had 1, 2, 3 signals down here at this level. Okay, that tells you, hey, this is a very strong support level. We've also bounced right here since all the way back here in 2024. So for the last 2 years, we have bounced at this level. Okay, and we're bouncing again here. I think the next move for Coinbase is up and to the right, just like we want it. Coinbase looking good here. Slow Train, what's going on, brother? Andre said he's short AMD. Yeah, chip stocks had a little bounce today, but it's just a counter rally. Okay, they haven't broken out above their resistance levels, so they're just getting back a little bit of the losses. But I'm still very bearish on all these names, like Intel. Right, it's up 8% today, but look, we're down below the EMA there. We've sold off from 140 all the way down to 90, so that's like a 30-40% drop. Of course, it's going to get a little back, but I just don't see it. Look at the MACD. Okay, same thing with AMD. Everything is just so extended, right? We do not want to be buyers up here. Okay, we want to be sellers of these names up here. What else we got? Let's not forget the verse of the day. I agree with you, man. Slow Train, if you got the verse of the day, drop that in the chat, and we will go over it, my brother. XDC. XDC's got a green dot. We're bullish on XDC, okay? We'd be buying XDC down here at these levels. What else we got? So again, guys, our strategy is to buy when times are bad. Buy when things suck, right? Crypto has sucked for a long time now, right? It's been a very crappy 10 months for crypto. As you could see, this thing topped out here in, that was July of last year. Okay, you got a red dot right there in August. Okay, it went from 9 cents all the way down here to 3 cents. Okay, you think people are excited about this name right now? Absolutely not. Okay, when this wave is down here, people are fearful. When it's up here, people are greedy. Okay, so we buy down here, buy the fear, and sell the greed. Okay, when this wave comes back up here is when you're going to be taking profits. We got one here for ONDS. I was actually looking at this one today. This is apparently a drone, a drone company. I mean, this thing's up massive off the bottom. I mean, that thing gave this signal back here at 76 cents. I wish I would have known about this back here. Okay, because it went all the way from 76 cents all the way up to $15. That was a 2,000% move there last year. And it's pulled back quite a bit here from 14 down to 7. Their earnings look pretty interesting. I was actually checking this stock out today. You can see how their earnings are growing. Big gains. They got earnings coming up. The wave's way down here. I like this one. It just does not have that green dot yet. Here's the verse of the day here from Slow Train. Let me zoom in on this so I can read it. It says 1 Peter 5:10. And the God of all grace who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. Amen to that, brother. Okay, so suffering makes you strong. Isn't that crazy? Like when you suffer, when you go through hard stuff in life, okay, whether it's maybe your portfolio's down, maybe you lost your job, maybe you lost your wife, maybe you lost a relationship, maybe you lost your job, who knows, right? Isn't that crazy? That verse tells us right there, when you suffer, it makes you strong, okay? Going through hard times makes us stronger. A lot of people want to avoid the hard times, want to avoid the bear markets in life, okay? And when you avoid it, that doesn't make you strong. That makes you weak. You need to embrace. You need to endure, okay? Just like 1 Peter says right there, okay? And again, and the God of all grace who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast. No matter what you're going through right now, folks, I don't know what it is, keep it going and embrace it. Put a smile on your face and just know that whatever it is, it's going to make you stronger in the end, okay? Perseverance builds character. When you persevere, it builds character. It makes you stronger. Love that one, Slow Train. Good stuff, brother. I see one here for Hans. What's up, brother? I see one for Dell. Dell, again, very extended here. We don't want to touch this, okay? Again, guys, anytime our chart is way up off of the 40-year average like this, okay, we're in new paradigm territory, okay? This is the top. This is where things top out, okay? So right now, Dell is trading at a 70% premium off the 4-year. You guys can see when that happens, what goes on. It comes back down, okay? You could zoom all the way out of the chart. You can come all the way back here to back in 2019. What happened here? Sold all the way off, okay? Anytime it gets that extension, it pulls back. So we're just chopping right now, okay? Just chop, 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 chop. Okay, if we're looking at the chart, we got to be bearish, right? Anytime a name that I'm looking at is off 60%, 60 to 70%, that is the danger zone. That is the top zone up here. Okay, because again, we don't want to buy things at a premium, right? The mean is just another word for average. So how do we know we're getting a fair price for something? Okay, we look at the average, the 4-year average here. Okay, if we're buying way up off the average price, we're buying it at a premium. If we're buying it below the average price, we're buying it at a discount. If we buy it at the mean, at the average, we're buying it at a fair price. That's the only way to tell if we're getting a fair price. So again, fair price is when you buy it at the mean. Discounted price is when you buy it below the mean. And up above the mean is when you buy it at a premium. We do not want to buy stocks at a premium. I would be short Dell here. Love that, Slow Train. What else we got? NVDA. NVDA does have a green dot here, so I would be watching 183 on NVIDIA. Again, I'm not touching chip stocks right now. They can have those gains. I don't want them. Okay, there's some better names to own like Microsoft. I actually like Microsoft. Why do we like Microsoft here, guys? Well, first things first, it has a green dot, okay, which tells us, hey, we're bullish. Okay, so what's the difference between NVIDIA's green dot right now? What's the difference between NVIDIA's green dot right now and Microsoft's green dot? Okay, the difference is we're into the mean here. We're into that 4-year. And you could scroll all the way back here on Microsoft, all the way back here to 2011, okay, 15 years of data. 15 years, quite a bit of time, right? Okay, every time it comes and touches that blue line, it's time to buy Microsoft, right? Time to buy Microsoft. Time to buy Microsoft. Will this time be different 15 years later? It could be. I mean, nothing is 100%, but I'm going to trust the data on this one and just say that, hey, the bottom's in here at 350 for Microsoft. I see another one here for VeChain, VET. Guys, any altcoin you want to own right now is a buy. I'm telling you right now, things are about to get nuts. This thing has a green monthly dot here, has a green weekly. We're absolute buyers of Chainlink at this level. He said, MCAP says, we've been suffering round tripping these crypto bags. That's a fact, man. Everyone who's invested in crypto over the last year is most likely down on their positions. Down or even, right? One of the two. Okay, this signal right here for Ethereum came in March at 1900. This one came right here at around 1700. It's sitting at 1900. So if you entered on this signal, you're about even on your ETH position. If you entered on this one, you're up a little bit. But again, markets can only go down for so long. Normally, bear markets in in past, right? Let's see how long this one lasted here from 2021. That was in November of 2021. The bottom was right here in June of 2022. So that was like 8 months, right? That was like an 8-month bear market. Okay, this one was in January of 2018 to December 2018. That was about an 11-month bear market. This one here, we topped out in August. It's July. So we're at about 11 months right now. So again, typically these things last like 8 to 12 months. So we're 11 months in. I don't think we're going into a 2-3 year bear market. I don't see it. I can't see it. Okay, it doesn't make any sense with all the crypto legislation, all the ETFs, all the institutional money coming over. Okay, once this Clarity Act passes, folks, I'm telling you, it's going to be up, and away. And it can happen tomorrow. Like, that's how fast things can change. I mean, in 5 months last time, when Ethereum hit down here at the bottom at 1,500, that took 5 months. 5 months to go from 1,500 all the way up there to 5,000. That was a 200% move. Okay, and this is when everyone was bearish because Trump was putting tariffs on everybody. Everyone thought the economy was just going to collapse. And what happened? Green dot, rip. Okay, if you were listening to the news back here, you made no money. If you didn't listen to the news and you just listened to the indicator, you made a ton of money. Okay, so again, we don't listen to the news. Don't even look at Twitter. Okay, unless you're watching my stuff. Where am I buying Cetus? I bought Cetus on the Phantom wallet. You could also buy it on their website. So there's a site here. Let's see. I just go to Cetus's website here. So if you just go to Cetus, you can go to trade. You just got to connect your wallet here, your Phantom wallet or whatever wallet you want to use. You can just go to swap. And then right here is where you could just exchange it. Like I got a little bit of SUI in my bag right now, so I could just exchange it for Cetus here. Okay, so I could just boom, 20. Bang, swap. That's right on Cetus's website. So Cetus is the decentralized exchange on SUI, right? It's their liquidity provider. So it's built on the SUI network, but it's an altcoin on the SUI network. So you can see I just bought Cetus right there. Swap successful. So make sure when you're looking at these websites, make sure you go to coinmarketcap.com. Okay, come over here, type in Cetus. And this is just how you get the correct website. So it's only a $18 million market cap. Very tiny project. Okay, super small. All the coins are in circulation, so we're protected against any like inflation. There can only be 1 billion. Like I think this name is going to be absolutely, it's going to be huge. Okay, and it's the same thing as Uniswap. It's just only at an $18 million market cap. So you just type in the ticker and then make sure you click on this website. That'll take you right to the website there. And then just go access the app. And that'll take you over to that page. So that's where I bought it. You could also buy it on the Phantom wallet too if you have the Phantom wallet. Litecoin. Litecoin has a green dot. I made a video on Litecoin today as well. You guys could see, like I'm just going to draw a line here at the bottom. That was the bottom from June. And you guys can see how many times we bought them there. We bought them there back here in 2020. That was 6 years ago. Bottom right here in 2022. That was 4 years ago, and we're bottoming at the same spot here in 2026. So I would say as long as that holds 35, I'm still bullish on Litecoin. What else we got? Albert says Hemi, H-E-M-I. What is that? Hemi, is that a stock or a crypto? Is Hemi a stock or a crypto there, Albert? N-O-W? Are these ETFs? If you're talking about this one, we'd be selling. It's got the red dot up here again. We want to buy when the wave is down here, give it a green dot. We'd be sellers of this one here. What else we got? Snow, S-N-O-W from Hans. Again, wave way up here. No, thank you. Where should you have been buying? Right down here. Okay, that signal came at 35. That's almost 100% move. That is a 100% move. So we'd be taking profits, or we'd be thinking about taking some off. Like whenever I'm up 100% on a position, I will always sell half. Okay, at least half. Okay, because that gets my initial investment back out. You nailed the trade, right? Don't risk it by getting greedy here and holding on. You got to trim some up here. Okay, this one's probably, yeah, it's in the red zone too. So if you guys are familiar with our trading strategy, again, if you guys are new, you guys could take my free trading course over here. It's completely free. The link to the Discord is down in the description. You could also download all the trading indicators right here in the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link right here. It takes a couple of clicks and all these indicators load right up. But one of our selling strategies you guys will learn in that free trading course is that we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. What does that mean? Okay, the red zone What this indicator is with the gold zones and the red zones is it's a Fibonacci tool. Okay, if you don't know what the Fibonacci tool is, again, check out the course. But anytime this wave is up here, given a red dot in this zone is when we want to sell. You can see we hit 280 right there, pulled back to 220, came back up to 270. Okay, that's a double top there. This thing needs to break out over 285 to confirm the direction higher, but we are always trimming. We are always selling up here in the red zone. You got to sell something. Okay, 25%, 50% of the position. That way, if it corrects, like it did here, it went down from 280 all the way down here to 120. Okay, you don't want to sit through that. You don't want to watch all your gains just evaporate because you got greedy, right? Up here in the red zone, when we get a red dot, we are taking profits. We don't care if it breaks out and keeps going higher. That's always a possibility. Okay, we're focused on being consistent traders here, guys. We're not trying to hit home runs on every single trade, right? Everyone gets into the stock market and think every stock that they buy is just going to be like MU, right, and go from 60 all the way up here to $1,200. It's not the case, right? This rarely ever happens. Okay, rarely. This is a home run grand slam winner. Okay, but we don't shoot for those. Okay, we just want to be consistent, consistently taking profits, consistently bagging good entries, and just being patient and disciplined here. That is our goal. We got MRCY, and we got all the generals in the chat today. Besides Moreno, we got Bobby, we got Slow Train, we got Jeff. Abe's in the chat. What's up, brother? MRCY, again, red dot, MACD crossover, don't like it. I'd be a seller. What else we got? Bobby loves Microsoft. I like Microsoft a lot too here. I think it looks good. It's probably my favorite big cap name. If you talk about the big caps, I'm talking about Facebook, Google, Netflix, Amazon, right? I think Microsoft looks the best right now for a buy simply just because it's into its 4-year average here. Abe says Novax, NVAX, needs the signal. Just need the green dot on that one. Mark says ASST and BMNR. Strive's trying to turn the corner here. I got absolutely screwed on this because I played the options. I'm out of it, but it looks like it's trying to reverse there off 10.5. So I just make sure that holds 10.5. Again, this is a crypto name, so if crypto decides to pump like we think it's going to here into the end of the year, this should be a really good stock for you. Okay, I like it. Put a stop loss right there at 10.50. BMNR looks good too. Green dot came a couple weeks ago down here at 15. It's at 17 now. Again, this is an Ethereum name. So if Ethereum goes up, okay, which it's going up right now, okay, BMNR, right? I think Jeff gave me one today called SBET, SharpLink, right? All these Ethereum names will follow. All these Ethereum stocks will follow Ethereum. So if you want to know what direction these stocks are going, I would just watch Ethereum. Okay, as long as Ethereum's green dot is showing and we don't have a red dot, right? We are bullish on the asset. As long as the dot is red, we're bearish. As long as it's green, we're bullish. It's that simple. Okay, no emotion. There really isn't much to it. I mean, it's actually a very simple strategy. If you see a red dot, you set a stop loss or you sell, and then you get back in when the green dot comes. Okay, we've gotten 2 signals here, okay, at this level here at 1900. So I'm very bullish on Ethereum right now. I do have a position. I think both those stocks look good for you, brother. Bobby says, take a peek at the Fear and Greed Index in crypto. Let's look at it. CoinMarketCap.com. We are back into neutral territory. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Wow. Okay, I just want to point out since 2025, we have hit extreme fear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times, guys. This thing has never hit extreme fear before. Okay, since all the way back here in 2023. It's never gotten that low. And we've been down there 6 times since 2025, right here in April. 6 times we've hit extreme fear. That tells you how bad this market's been. Okay, but now we're back in neutral territory. Again, hopefully you guys were buying when it was back down here in extreme fear. I follow an influencer on TikTok. By the way, TikTok's shadow banning me, so I think I might have to start a new TikTok channel or something. My videos are getting like 400 views. I went from getting tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of views on TikTok. I'm getting like 300 to 400 views right now on my videos. If that's not a buy signal, I don't know what is. Okay, they're trying to suppress the green dots. They don't want you guys buying down here. They don't want you buying at these levels. So they're trying to limit the information. And I'm not the only crypto influencer that's experiencing that. So again, I have 90,000 followers on TikTok, and my videos are literally getting 300 to 400 views right now, which is insane. It's absolutely insane. And again, I didn't change any of the content or anything. It's just randomly, boom, you're cut off, no more views. And, it just makes you question what's going on. But this is interesting, Bobby. We're back in neutral territory. I mean, we've been down here in fear for a long time. And again, the markets can't go down forever. No market goes down forever. Eventually, there is always a move higher. Okay. There's no more sellers left, right? In my opinion, all the weak hands in crypto are gone, right? The people who aren't long-term on crypto that are just here for a quick buck, trying to get rich overnight, okay, all of those guys are gone, right? Guys and gals, I should say. There's a lot of women in crypto now, okay? But up here, they're all going to be back, unfortunately. They'll all be back, right? Everyone's bearish down here, okay? Everyone's fearful down here. This is the best fear and greed index you need right here, Bobby. Fearful down here, okay? People are fearful after a 50% drop, okay? But they're bullish up here after a 200% move up. Up here, everyone's like, hey, Overkill, is it too late to buy Ethereum? Yeah, you're about 5 months too late, okay? That was your buy signal. And again, these buy signals come around like once a year, okay? 2023, boom, rip. 2024, boom, rip. 2025, boom, rip. And we've gotten 4 this year. So obviously this has been a extended bear market. And again, they're doing this. They're manipulating these markets, trying to get everybody out because the Clarity Act's about to pass. You guys know what happens when the Clarity Act passes? Okay. What that's going to do is that's going to bring these guys into the market. You guys know what institutional investors are? These are the guys that manage billions and billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. Okay. Once there's clarity on what this asset, what role this asset class is going to play in society, once they have that clarity and security, okay, with laws and regulations in place by the federal government, okay, then it's going to be a little safer for somebody with trillions of dollars to put into the market, right? So over time, I think that's going to be very, very bullish for the markets. And again, it's just funny how we've had the worst bear market in crypto history happen right before this is all going down. Okay, and again, I have a graphic, and I have to show you guys this graphic. I know you're probably super annoyed of seeing it, but it blows my mind people can't grasp this, okay? It blows my mind that people can't grasp how early we are in crypto, okay? Global bonds, if you add up all the global bonds in the world, $155 trillion. If you add up all the stocks in the world, $130 trillion. If you add up all the M2 money supply in the world, $105 trillion. The total market cap of gold is $37 trillion. If you add up every single cryptocurrency right now on the market, it's $2.7 trillion. I actually think it's lower than that at the moment. It's like $2.2 trillion right now. So over time, right, the next 5 or 10 years, do we believe that this number right here is going to go up or go down? Okay, if you think it's going to go up, you should have no problem buying crypto right now. I know everyone's calling for October 5th at 10:37 a.m. on a Monday morning. That's when the crypto market's going to bottom, exact bottom, okay? Anyone saying that, you guys should just unfollow. Anyone that's giving you an exact date is stupid. I'm sorry, but nobody can do that. Nobody can predict it. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they show you. They're full of crap. Okay? They're full of crap. The only thing you need to understand is that when money flows into an asset class, when money is coming in, meaning money is being put into that asset class, prices go up. When money comes out of an asset class, prices go down. So ask yourself, I want to know in the chat, what do you guys think? In the next 5 to 10 years, what do you think this number is going to be? Do you think it's going to be stuck here at 2.5 trillion here in 2035? Do you guys think we're still going to be down here and just crypto's not going to grow at all the next 5 to 10 years with governments and institutions and all these people that are coming in to the market? You think it's just going to stay stagnant and we're just going to stay down? Or do you think it's going to be high? I want to know. Do you guys think we're going to be higher? If you think we're going to be higher, or if you think we're going to be lower, let me know what you think this number is going to be. Do you think it's going to be 10x? Do you think it's going to pass gold? Do you think it'll be bigger than gold's market cap? Do you think it'll be bigger than the M2 money supply, bigger than stocks? Let me know. Let's chat it up in the chat here, okay? Because once you understand this, I don't know how you could be bearish on crypto. Like if you're in the market right now and you're trying to find the exact bottom, you're like, okay, Bitcoin is what do we do? I mean, we called the bottom of Bitcoin right here at 59 or 60,000. I think it's right. I think the bottom's in right here from February. I've said that since February. I said, hey, that wick right there, that's the bottom. Now we're chopping around. Yeah, we broke below it a little bit, but hey, guess what? We came right back up. Again, our goal is not to be exact. We just want to get close. So if I said, hey, the bottom's at 60 and it went to 58, okay, sue me. I mean, again, we're not trying to be exact. If we can get within 2% like we did there, we're fine. We're going to do fine. Right? But everyone's like so worried that, oh my gosh, what if we come down to 54,000, you know? Look at this. Who cares? If you buy this at 60 or buy it at 50, are you really going to care if it goes to 400,000? If you bought it at 50 or bought it at 60, are you really going to care that much if it goes back up here to 250 to 400K? The answer should be no. You shouldn't really care. So time in the market beats timing the market. I'm sure you guys have heard that many times. Okay, time in the market beats timing the market. And we do kind of time the market here, right? We do kind of time it, okay? But we're not trying to be exact right on the dot. Well, I'm not going to sit here and tell you on October 4th at 9:30 p.m., the markets are going to bottom at that exact moment. It's embarrassing, dude. It's just like all those people calling for 10,000 XRP last year. 350. We made it, didn't even make it to $4. And these people were saying that it was going to 10,000 by the end of the year. Okay. And it's down at $1 now. And it's sad because the people who get involved and who are new and don't understand how markets move and markets operate, they get smoked because they're listening to somebody on Twitter saying, oh my gosh, it's going to 10,000. So they put all their savings account in it up here at 3, and now they're down 70%, and now they believe crypto's a scam. Again, markets move in cycles, folks. They move in cycles. They only do 3 things. Market does 3 things. There's nothing else they could do besides these 3 things. They go up, they go down, and they go sideways. We want to buy when things are going sideways and when things are bottoming out here at the bottom. We don't want to buy way up here when everyone's excited saying it's going to 10,000. Okay, that's a big red flag, right? And that's where you want to exit. And again, we got the sell signal right here. That thing told you to sell in August, right there at $3.10. This one told you to sell back here at around 280. This one told you to sell up here at around 330. So that was our exit strategy. Okay, that is our exit strategy. If you don't have an exit strategy, you might as well not even have a buying strategy, because you can have the best buying strategy in the world, okay? But if you don't have an exit strategy, it's pointless because you don't know where to exit, right? If you snipe this trade down here, right, at 40 cents on XRP, it went up to $3 and you didn't sell, well, you're still up, but you're not up as much, right? Same thing with gold, silver, any asset class, right? If you didn't sell gold up here at 5,300, you're probably not having a very good time right now, even though gold is given a green dot. That's interesting. Yeah, even the Forex market is, Bobby says Forex markets trade $9.6 trillion per day. That's insane. You think fiat currencies will be bigger than crypto? Exactly, Bobby. Yeah, we're way early. Look at that. Jeff says we're going to 100 trillion. I love it, dude. Let's go. 100 trillion in 10 years. If that happens, we're going to all buy an island. We're going to buy Overkill Island, and we're just going to be sipping pina coladas on the beach all day. Compared to losing my wife, a bear market is a walk in the park. Sorry about your wife, dude. Get her back. What else we got? I want ETH to explode so I can slowly roll into Link long term. TikTok censoring truth and knowledge. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So much for free speech, huh? ACHR. That's got the green dot here this week. That looks good. Again, we're below the mean here, so we would be entering here. You got a signal back here in April at the same price. So you're sitting at the same price here. That's pretty much telling you that, hey, $4 is the low. I like how that broke out over the 9 this week. So if you're going to play this, just use a stop loss at that low from last week right there at around 430. Trent for CELH. CELH has a red dot this week. So if you played this one, you want to put a stop loss right there. I put it at $27. Okay, again, the red dot is a warning sign. So whenever we get the red dot, we want to use a stop loss at the previous low. The previous low was right here in June. So again, if that level breaks, you could see some more capitulation on this. Okay, we got 3 green dots right here, all at these levels. Okay, again, all the green dot is telling you is that, hey, this level right here is the low. That's the bottom. That's our 0 point, right? If it breaks 27, it's going lower. Okay, so I put a stop loss at 27. If it sells off down here to 21, what are we going to do? We're going to buy. We're going to get back in on the next green dot. So use a stop loss at 27. Again, limit your risk. Risk management, we use stop losses when we get the red dots. Okay, that thing could pop back up tomorrow. It's already back above 28 here. So again, just use your stop loss at like 27 bucks on CELH. SMCI was the big winner after hours. That one's in my portfolio. That thing is up 18% here after hours. Absolutely ripping. Okay, it's up to 30 bucks here after hours. That's a big move. They had some news saying that their earnings are going to be really, really good. So that's a good sign. That'll probably have a green dot on it tomorrow, maybe. Okay, if not, it'll be coming here pretty soon. But I like SMCI here. Again, this $20 to $30 range has been a very good buying opportunity in the past. Okay, anytime it enters that zone, it's been a good time to buy. So big news event there after hours. I did have a position on that, so I'm pretty excited about that move, and I think you see some continuation on that. So that's just going to be a hold until the wave gets back up here and gives you a red dot. Bobby says the underlying value of all global fiat currency agreements, contracts, and pools sits at about $2.4 quadrillion. Quadrillion dollars. That is crazy. Okay, you're talking $1 quadrillion, and we're sitting down here at 2.7 trillion. If you don't think money is going to flow into cryptocurrency over the next 5 to 10 years, you're insane. Okay, the only thing stopping crypto, in my opinion, guys, is the grid going out. If the grid goes out, we're screwed. Okay, all our money's gone. But as long as that doesn't happen, I mean, you're screwed with stocks too in that case. You're probably screwed with everything in that case, right? You're going to be worried about food, how to refrigerate your food, how to cook your food, right? There's going to be a lot more on your mind than just, hey, I'm gonna make it with this asset class here. And again, we are early, like Bobby said. We are early. I even said in this post, buying crypto right now is like buying tech stocks in the 1900s. That's why when I see these influencers right now bear posting every single day, it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Trying to call exact dates. It's just, I'm telling you guys, if you see that, I mean, my advice would be to unfollow. You do what you do, but that's my opinion on that. There's nobody that could time the exact bottom. Okay, our goal is to get close. That's all we want to do. We just want to get close. If we can get within 10 to 20% of the bottom, we're gonna make a lot of money, dude. We're gonna make tons of money. That's crazy, Bobby. That's crazy. What else we got? Any more requests in the chat there? I see one here for RR from Shazam. Rich Tech Robotics, that one needs the signal. I like how this one's retracing. This is a big robotics company here. 130 is where we bought them back here in March of 2025, so we're approaching that level. I might look to re-enter this one on the signal. This one really ticked me off. I took a trade on this at around 3. It popped up to 5 because they announced the partnership with Microsoft, and then Microsoft literally backed it up and said, no, we're not partnering with them. And the stock just took a... like, I was about to make it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like... If that Microsoft partnership would have been legit, this thing would have probably went to $25. But yeah, it didn't do that. I don't know how someone could just release a press release and say that and then back it up. But this is going to be an interesting one. Again, robotics is supposed to be a very big sector in the future here. They're a pretty big company, not too big, pretty much a penny stock. I'd be looking for the green dot there on RR. RWD or RDW. Redwire Corp. That one's back at the 4-year. So again, that 4-year moving average. You can see when the price comes back into it, it's been a good time to buy. Okay, decent time, great time. Okay, good time. Okay, we'll see if that pattern repeats itself. These guys are making a pretty decent amount of money, about 100 million a quarter. I think these guys are I'm not sure what these guys do, to be honest with you. Looks like they have something to do with space. So I like it here at the 4-year. Okay, looks good here. I just used a stop loss right there at around $8. We got BBAI. BBAI just needs the dot too. Okay, again, everyone was excited about BBAI up here at $10. No one's talking about it down here at 3. Look for the signal on BBAI here in the next couple of weeks. That's probably going to happen, and it will be called out in the Discord. If you guys are in the Discord, we do call these alerts out in real time. We had a few go off today. We had one from File, from Flare, from SHX. We also had one from Silver and GEV. We had one last night from Binance Coin, and also one from HP. So you guys can get all those signals over here in the Discord. I even have a thread right here that teaches you exactly how to use each and every signal that's called out here. So that's all under the trade alert section there inside of the Discord. Sun, dots green. I don't know, man. This looks very weird. Very weird chart. I think there's some better names to own. Does have a green dot, so if you want to buy it, buy it. Atom. Atom needs the signal. Link we already covered. I bought Atom at $2. I staked it, so I'm just earning 20% a year right now on it on Coinbase by staking it. Looking for the green dot to potentially add more to that position. SOXS took a hit today because chips had a little bit of a bounce, but still bullish on that one. Still staying long on my short here on chips. And that was down pretty heavy today. It's a 3x levered ETF, so it moves really, really big. But you had names like Intel and stuff bouncing today. But again, that looks like a counter rally. So if anything, I'd still be buying SOXS here at these levels. HPQ. HPQ looks good. That's got the green dot. I would just use a stop loss here at the previous low at 21. As long as it holds on to that $21 level, it looks good. CEG. CEG has a green dot here. They have earnings coming up in August. This one's really choppy. One of those energy companies. As long as it holds 230, it looks pretty good. It does have the signal. Still pretty far off the 4-year average here, so I would be using a stop loss at 230 if I was in this position or taking a position here. So it does have the signal, so we got to be bullish. I like how oversold the MACD is. It looks good. It looks decent. Yeah. If you want to own it, I would be buying it here. NVO, that is Nova Disk. Apparently, these guys are suing Eli Lilly, which is a huge company. Which is awesome because they're the people doing the suing. They're not getting sued. We need this one to break out over like 53. If it breaks 53, this thing's going to skyrocket. I have a pretty heavy position on this right now. The reason I like it is because the MACD is literally about to cross over, and we have a green monthly showing up here. So I'm very bullish on this asset. It looks good. As long as it can hold on to that 9, okay, as long as it holds 45, we like NVO here at these levels. We need it to break out over 53. If it breaks out over 53, that thing is going to absolutely pump. Red Wires sell everything for rockets. Oh, they make rockets. Very nice. Bull trap on chip stocks. I agree with you, brother. Bear loss. Bear loss. Pick one crypto overall. If I had to pick one crypto, I'd pick Chainlink. I mean, that's my heaviest position, so... they're not going anywhere. I mean, they'll be around for 5, 10, 20 years. There's no way they can go anywhere. I mean, all this Clarity Act stuff, literally Chainlink is in the Clarity Act documents saying, hey, this is the technology we're going to use for this. It's right there in the papers. So you can't go wrong with Chainlink. Ethereum's good too, like Jeff said, but I think there's a lot more upside for Chainlink. IREN Outlook, did a TikTok on this today too, still red. So again, this looks like a little counter rally to me. So I'm still short IREN until we see the green dot pop up. INJ. INJ looks good. This one's holding on pretty nicely. I got a stop loss set right there at around $4. That's just a low off that red candle. Look what's popping up this week. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we had one down here at around 3, traded it up to 7. It pulled back. And now it's reversing. I think the next move for this is up and to the right. Okay, with some of these charts, guys, I'm looking at a lot of charts that are starting to round the corner, looking like they're going to go much, much higher. So I do think we're going to get Clarity Act news in the next couple of weeks. What else we got? Morpho. Morpho looks good here too. Again, we're just waiting for that extension. That thing needs to break out over 240. I think it looks very good. Dot is still green. Again, all these charts literally look like they're about ready to explode. They could explode tomorrow. Like tomorrow, we could be up 20, 30% on some of these names. Okay, people haven't experienced that in the last year. I mean, when markets move, they absolutely rip. Okay, and these things are setting up very, very nicely. I like all 3 of those names. Those are really good requests right there. All 3 of those are buys. RGTI, Rigetti. Another quantum computing play here. Again, coming down into the 4-year. We like that. Again, where was the time to sell? We should have sold back here in October at $50. It's now down to 15. So we'll see if that quantum computing play is legit. Okay. Personally, my favorite is IONQ just because they actually make decent amount of money. 64 million. You can see their earnings just going up, up, up every quarter. Right? Up, up, up. RGTI doesn't make that much, right? They make 4 million a quarter, whereas IONQ makes 64 million a quarter. So RGTI does look good though. If you want to go long on it, maybe you know something about the company that I don't. We just need the signal. They also have earnings coming up here in a couple weeks. So I'd wait for the green dot on that one. CRWV, what's that doing today? Okay, that one's bouncing very nicely. That one looks good. So again, I'm just going to draw a line here at support. Okay, you can see we bounced at 63. We came back, bounced, came back again, bounced. Okay, we just need the signal. Just need that green dot to confirm the move. It does look good down here at previous support, though, on CRWV. Rocket Lab, RKLB, coming down. Again, what do we need? We need that signal. We need that confirmation of the reversal there. Okay, this one's still sinking. It could get a nice little move up here to like 80 or so, but again, not my favorite stock until we see the green dot there pop up on the weekly. We also got ASTS over here in the Discord. Again, if you guys got those disc requests and you can't make the live stream, maybe you're watching the replay, get them in over here in the Discord. ASTS, same thing. We just need the signal. Moreno is here. What's up? He says, ah! What's up? FLR. The bull market must be back, baby. We're all back. The gang's all back together. Everyone's scattered everywhere when everything is going down, which it makes sense. I don't like looking at charts in bear markets. You think this has been fun to be an influencer? The last 10 months of just... Nope. Has not been that fun. I'm kidding. It's been a blast. But it could be a lot funner if we were going up. I mean, we'd all be singing Kumbaya. I might have to learn a song or something for when the bull market comes so we could all sing together. I'll get the lyrics and stuff all written down, post them in the Discord. Guys, if we can get this video to 200 likes, I will give away 200 XRP by the time we sign off. We're at about 49 likes right now. I've got 144 people watching. If you smash the like, if we can get to 200 likes, I will be giving away 200 XRP here. FLR looks good. That thing's popping up today. It has a weekly and a monthly alert. Looks very good. This one just got listed on Coinbase as well. I really like FLR here. I would be a buyer of Flare here, Arturo. ISRG, this thing got smacked on its earnings. Just smacked. I bought this right here at 400, so I'm down on my position. I am looking to average down once I get the green dot again. So again, if you get a green dot and it goes down, what do we do? Right? Do we have a plan for that? Yes, we do. Okay, we say look to average down if the position declines 20% or more. So averaging down means buying more shares. We don't panic sell after a dip like this. We simply sit on our hands and we wait for the next signal. That's it. Okay, huge healthcare company here. Their earnings look really good. We're just looking for the green dot there on the weekly. What else we got? H-bar. H-bar's turning the corner here. Doesn't have the signal yet, but I think that thing will probably pop up here in the next couple of days. If not in the next couple of days, probably next week. That is starting to round the corner. This thing's up 5% this week. That looks good. No problem, brother. Yes, sir. QQQM. Okay, don't like it. Again, look at that MACD crossover. I just don't like it. We don't like it. We do not like it. We want to buy when the wave's down here. Buy when the wave's down here. Not up here. Okay. I think the direction for that is going down. I do not like chip stocks. I do not like tech stocks. Okay. We're all in crypto, baby. I'm kidding. We're not all in, but I still have my stocks. I low-key think DJT is going to pop off once Bitcoin breaks out because it's one of the largest institutional holders of Bitcoin. We got NVO, Paramount. Paramount looks really good down here at $8. They got earnings coming up next week. Good RX down a little bit today. Grab Holdings, I entered that one last week at around 370. It's sitting at 350. I still really like the stock, though. Henry says, check the VIX. I'm going to buy $100,000 out of the money calls for the VIX if it goes down. Hopefully 12 to 13, sell at the $35 strike for October 28th. Make $1 million at the VIX 35. Tom Lee says S&P SP 1,000 point drop mid-August. Okay. VIX. That's a risky trade, dude. Very risky trade because the VIX can go sideways a lot. And when you play options and something goes sideways, not looking so good. But it does have a green dot. But again, if you buy options and it goes sideways, you lose everything, right? You need that thing to move and move fast. So it does have a green dot. I wouldn't advise buying that much, but hey, man, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to share the data. What'd you take a position on MCAPs? Murno says Netflix is looking spicy. Looks pretty good down there at 70. I would love to see that signal pop up here. The buyers are stepping in down here, though. You could see them buying that wick. Okay, personally, I'd rather buy P-Sky, which is Paramount Plus. Okay, they don't make as much money, but how much does Netflix make anyway? Netflix is making $12 billion, and P-Sky's making $8 billion. I mean, they're really not that far off. The only thing difference is P-Sky's in the gutter. Okay, they've just been buying too many companies is what they've been doing. They bought the UFC. They're buying Warner Bros. So, of course, their stock's going down. I want to see that green dot, though, on Netflix. MCAPs, what'd you take a position on? Get her done, Henry. Yeah, the only thing that worries me about that is just the sideways action, right? If the VIX just chops like this, just does this, your options are going to go down. Oh, TSDD. Yeah, I took a position on that yesterday. It's got a green dot. This is a Tesla short. So that's pretty much like saying Tesla's going down, which it looks very bearish, right? You got the MACD crossover. They have earnings tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got Tesla earnings. I think Google reports tomorrow, too. Yeah, Google and Tesla earnings tomorrow, guys. Two stocks to be watching tomorrow. Okay, and I'm short Tesla. I opened up that short on Tesla here. I just don't think anyone's excited about Tesla anymore. Okay, again, it's had a monster move here. I was telling people to buy it back here in April. They were laughing at me. It went from 225 up to 500. Now it pulled back to, what was that? 340, got the signal, popped up to 48, but the direction just looks too down now. The bulls look very weak at these levels. Jeff says he has a 12-month trade on for Netflix. Very nice. I would love to see that green dot pop up in the next couple weeks for you. Okay, that monthly wave is way down there as well. What else we got? RR we covered, SMCI we covered, BBAI we covered. We covered all of those. We got AUR and INFQ. AUR, it's got the MACD cross over there. You just want this one to hold on to 550. If it can't hold 550, I would sell it. INFQ. INFQ's coming up off the bottom there. What do these guys do? INFQ, let's look this one up. So if you guys are in the Discord, you also have access to this research tool. So if you type in /info and then type in the ticker, so it's AUR. Okay, so it's trading at $6. EPS is negative. You can go to the About section. It'll tell you it's a design and development automobile hardware, software, and provision data source or data services. It offers Okay, so it's like the technology that offers cars to be able to drive themselves. So that's interesting. It just needs the signal, though it does look like it's putting in a double bottom here at 850. Okay, that a double bottom is where we bounce. We come back down and we bounce at the same level. I don't think it's a bad place to start a position just because we bounced here last time, but just use 850 as your stop loss there on INFQ. ADVB. Gapping up. Yeah. Got the signal right there at 4, so you're about 100% too late. But if you think that one's going to keep going, it looks very strong here, gapping up this week. IRIN, we already covered. DGXX. And by the way, guys, if you ever miss a live stream, you could always watch the replays over here in the latest tab in the Discord. Okay, you can always watch the replay if you joined a little late, if I already covered a name. DGX, I just don't have any, I don't have any data on my indicator. So if I don't have data on my indicator, I can't tell you anything. The reason I don't have data is because it just came out here in February. So it needs more time to populate, right? We can come down here to the daily. See the green dot right there on the daily. So you just be watching 450 on this one. That's the low right there. What else we got? If Netflix touches the 200 EMA on the monthly, I'm going to buy it as soon as it touches it. Not joking. Not a bad idea, dude. I mean, if that happened, I would definitely buy it too. Okay, that would be down here at 40 bucks. So that'd be another 30% drop. I'll probably buy Netflix on the monthly alert, but like it dropped back down to it right back here in June 17, went all the way up to 130. That was a pretty nice move. I'm with you on that, Moreno. HTZ, that's Hertz. Just getting smoked. What, are they going bankrupt or something? Yeah, they're down in the gutter. So it doesn't look bad down here if you believe that they're going to recover, but that's a really ugly sell-off. Okay, I just look for the signal. I mean, you're buying it down here at the low of 2021. Okay, this thing popped up to $44 last time it was down here. So is there news or something on it? Convertible note offering. I don't even like to see that word right there. That LCID, I do not want to look at that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. What else we got? Stock rebuild just dipped due to diluted shares. Also, SERV robot coolers delivery. SERV, another robotics name here. Okay, I actually like this one. These robotic stocks have taken a pretty big dip here. Okay, we're down here to the lows of 2025. Just looking for the signal there. This is probably a robotics name we'll pay attention to. We just need the signal on this one. HTZ looks interesting. I mean, they're a legit company. They make $2 billion a quarter. He said something to do with shares is why they're dipping. Dip due to diluted shares. I'm not really sure what that means. If someone can enlighten me on what that means, that'd be nice. But that got hammered, right? From 800 all the way down here to 170. I'm sorry, $8 down to $1.70. Looking for the signal. They got earnings coming up here in August. RR we covered. We just be looking to buy that on the green dot. OUST. Again, red dot up here, so we're bearish, right? We're bearish, or we're setting a stop loss at that low right there at 33 on OUST. DJT. Somebody said it, dude. Somebody said it. Surprisingly, this is back to 10 bucks, right? Everyone's given up on this stock. Everybody's given up on this stock. Okay, I didn't give up on it. I kept holding it. We'll see where this thing goes, right? We're not going to sell till the wave gets back up here. If this thing can hold on to 8 bucks, this rally is legit. So right now, I'd probably set a stop loss at 8. That's probably what I'm going to do on mine. I could see this thing getting back up here to the 200, probably at like 20 bucks. It's sitting at around 980 right now. That is up 26% on the month, by the way. 26% up on the month. It has a green monthly and a green weekly. Again, these guys, a lot of people don't know this, but they own 10,000 Bitcoin. I think it's 10 to 15,000 Bitcoin. So they are literally one of the largest holders of Bitcoin for an institution. So when Bitcoin goes up, DJT stock is going to move with it. What else we got? IOTA, please tell me it's not a dead project. I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't tell you that information. But looking at the chart, it looks dead. I thought this one was supposed to be an ISO token, but yeah, I mean, all-time lows right now. That's not a very good look. Who doesn't make a profit? H-bar. We already covered that. We need the signal on that. Okay, I think that's coming, though, here very soon. I don't think it's a bad place to maybe nibble, but looking for the green dot ultimately. ARB. ARB is also down here. It has a green dot, so we like this one above 7 cents. You guys see how we bottomed at 7 back here in June and bounced? This one looks good. Buy DJT and fear, selling the greed. Yeah. Serve doesn't make a profit. A lot of the robotics companies don't. I think this would be a bet on robots taking over the world. Slow Train says, talk about the importance of time and how we just have to hold. Time is on our side. Yeah. So, unfortunately, we can't control the markets, right? We can't control when the market decides to go up or when it goes down. We can get an idea, right? Like for Chainlink, for example. Okay, we can come back here on Chainlink, back here to 2022. You guys see how long this just chopped around? This chopped around from May all the way to September. Okay, that was over almost a year and a half of doing nothing, right? So sometimes this might happen to us. We might buy a stock or a crypto and it might just go like this. Do, 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 do. Right? We just get an extended period of time to be buying it, right? This stealth phase right here, they call this the smart money phase. This is when the smart people are buying. They're loading their bags, right? If you like the asset, okay, we just wait. We just are patient, patient, patient. Because after this, normally comes this. And you're seeing a lot of these cryptos do this, right? I mean, we've been doing it since February, okay? People are quitting. People are exiting the market. People are tired of crypto. It's a scam. It's all over. It's all going to zero. That's the sentiment right now on Twitter, okay? So again, Bitcoin hasn't moved. If you draw a little line right here at the bottom and the top, it hasn't moved. Okay, it had a little pump right there. That wasn't much though. Okay, but it hasn't moved since February, since we bottomed out. So yeah, these times, these consolidation times, this will test your patience. It will. It tests all of our patience. No one's immune to it. I've been doing it for 10 years, so I have a little better idea of like how to handle it, right? You just literally have to, like Slow Train said, just hold. Like you literally just do nothing. Sometimes you just got to do nothing. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing, right? I wish Chainlink would have went, or Bitcoin would have went straight up after its first green dot, like it did right there, like it did right there, like it did right there, like it did back here. Okay, but this has just been an extended bear market. So patience pays. It always will. Patience is a biblical attribute that I think is a great thing to practice in everyday life. I am not by nature a patient person. None of us probably are, right? I want Bitcoin to go to 250,000 to $1 million just as bad as you do tomorrow. I'd like to look at my phone in the next hour and Bitcoin's trading up there at 250,000. But it's not realistic, right? It's not how markets work. That's not how markets move, right? Everything we do here is based on three things, guys. It's based on logic, meaning we think about things from a logical sense. We don't think about things emotionally. We don't think about things, right, based off of what we think. Right? It's all about data, logic, data, and discipline. Logic is our plan, right? We have a trading plan. If you do not have a trading plan, you need to get one. You can use our plan, you could use our rules, or you can make your own rules. You could use this as a structure to use for yourself to make your own kind of rules. Because if you don't have rules and you don't have a plan, the best way to describe it is just you're going to play darts and you're blindfolded. You're just throwing darts at a board, right? And again, without technical analysis, you could buy the best asset in the world. Let's just say Bitcoin's the best asset in the world, okay? But if you're buying up here at 125,000, you're doing yourself a disservice. We want to buy great assets at great prices. And sometimes to get those great prices, we have to wait, okay? But as soon as we start getting our signals, we don't want to wait anymore. We want to attack. And if that just means we're going to go sideways for a bit, so be it, okay? We have to be willing to sit through that because we're not going to sell till we go up here, right? The best way I like to refer to us as investors is like farmers, right? I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with farming. I grew up on a farm, okay? We rose wheat, we rose canola, and we rose cattle, okay? When you go and plant the seed, right? When you go plant the wheat in the ground, okay, there is a time to do that. There is a time to plant a seed, okay? And there is also a time to harvest the seed. Right now, my family's running combine. They're harvesting their wheat. They're harvesting their canola, right? Because it's harvesting season, right? The plants have grown into what they are going to be, okay? And it's time to harvest, okay? And when you put the seeds in the ground, something a farmer does not do is he doesn't dig the seed up every day and make sure that it's growing. He doesn't go out in the field and dig. Hey, are you growing yet? No, that causes the plant to die, right? So again, there's seasons to plant, right? We want to plant seeds when the wave is down here, okay? Wave down here, planting a seed, planting a seed, planting a seed, planting a seed, planting a seed. And there's months in between these signals sometimes, okay? This one came in March, this one came in July. So if you bought here in March, April, May, June, July, you've had 5 months to stack your paper to save up cash, boom, and you're deploying it again. So now you bought here and you bought here. Okay, so now your bag is bigger than it was when you bought here, right? Because investing's not just a one-time thing. We want to do this the rest of our lives. We should be adding in 10 to 15% of our paycheck every single time we get one, right? If that's just a general rule. It doesn't have to be that much, but typically 10 to 15%, 20%. The more you can do, the better, obviously. But everyone's situation is different, you know? So again, you bought, you saved, and then you bought again. Now you just probably, now you got a bigger bag, right? So now we're still in planting season though, right? We're not up here in harvesting season, so we shouldn't even be thinking about taking profits, right? We shouldn't even be thinking about selling yet, right? We're waiting. We are waiting. Jim Cramer just bull posted Micron, AMD, Intel, and AMD. Thank you, Cramer. Thank you. Of course he's bull posting that, dude. Of course he is. Of course he's bull posting that stuff. Why? Because it's up 1,000% on the year. What does old Jim Cramer and the big money want you guys doing? They want you buying up here. Why do they want you buying up here, guys? Does anyone know the answer to that question? Why do the smart money, I'm just going to refer to the smart money as the people who control the market, right? Wall Street, right? So why would they want you guys buying up here? I'll tell you, okay? Little secret. Because they want to sell. Yeah. They can't sell. They can't sell unless you buy. Exit liquidity. Shh. They can't sell unless you buy. In order for these guys to sell their bags all the way up here, they need to create this narrative that, oh my gosh, it's the greatest time ever to buy Micron. And you look at the chart. Why would it be up here? Why would they tell you to buy up here? I mean, I think a third grader can look at this chart, can zoom out of this chart and tell you that it's a terrible time to buy. Awful. Okay? It's a terrible time to buy. So who's Jim Cramer? Jim Cramer's a little puppet that bounces around on the television. Hey, look at me. He's like a real-life clown. Love the guy. Used to watch him, but he is paid. Guess what? He is paid by these guys. Who are these guys? These guys are the media. You know who owns the media? The billionaires and the trillionaires. And guess what? They get to control the narrative. Who's writing Jim Cramer's script? The people writing his script are the people that own the network. He says what he's told to say. Make sense? He's not in it for you. Okay? He's there to manipulate your thinking and your emotions. Okay? What do we not do here? We don't go off of what we think. We don't go off of what we feel. We don't go off of our emotions. We go off of logic. Logically looking at the chart, it does not make sense to buy it up here. Makes sense to buy it down here at 60 bucks, but I can bet my house on it. Okay? I'll bet my whole Robinhood portfolio on it, everything I own on it, that Jim Cramer said nothing about Micron at $65. He didn't say a word about it. So again, you guys got to remember, there is always a buyer and there is always a seller. There is always a buyer and there is always a seller. Say it with me again. There is always a buyer, there is always a seller. Okay? There is always a winner and there is always a sucker. Okay? And unfortunately, those people that tune in to old Jim Cramer's show on CNBC every day at 3 p.m. Pacific, they get screwed. Okay, so again, logic, data, and discipline, guys. So just the opposite of that, remember, okay? Remember this. They need you to buy up here so they can sell. These guys. If you're not buying up here, they can't sell. So if they're way up on their stock, they can't sell it, right? And they're selling billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of the stock. They're not little guys like us, right, with little, $10,000 to $100,000 portfolios, right? These guys, right, need to sell up here. In order to do that, they have to tell you guys, great time to buy, great time to buy, great time to buy, 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 buy. It's up 2,000% on the year. It's a great time to buy. If you have a logical brain, if you think about things logically, it does not make sense to buy up here. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, can it go up to 2,000? Maybe, but I wouldn't put my money on it. I'd rather buy something like Ethereum. right? Why do I want to buy Ethereum? Because if you look at the 4-year average, it's trading at a 21% discount. What is Jim Cramer not talking about right now? He's not talking about crypto. Okay, he was talking about crypto back up here in September, though. Okay, so they don't want you to buy down here because they're loading their bags, right? Because retail's selling right now. Does that make sense? All the retail. Go to Twitter. Just go look at any influencer's page. Oh, there's a low coming. It's going to happen on October 4th at 9:36 p.m. And that's when the exact bottom for Bitcoin and crypto is going to be in, right? Bunch of, I don't even know the word for it, to be honest with you. Okay, but everybody's scared. So what do these guys do when people are scared? They buy. They buy. Why do they buy? Because you're selling. Because retail's selling. They're panicking. Retail will panic sell down here, and they'll panic buy up here. Okay, this is the reason I created this channel. It wasn't for my own glory. I don't care. Okay, I do not care about the fame, about any of that stuff. I just don't want to see people get screwed. That's it. And again, if I can help you guys avoid that by sharing information, just basic information like, hey, you know, Ethereum's, if you look at the 4-year average of Ethereum here, it's sitting at 2,500. Well, we're trading down here at 19%. I think it makes sense if you're looking at Ethereum over the next 5 to 10 years, like we talked about, and it's trading 22% below its 4-year average, probably a really good time to buy. MU, oh, wait, this thing's up 75% off of its 4-year average? Well, let's go back. Where would we be on this chart if we're 75% off of the mean? Right here. Right here. Jim Cramer territory, baby. Okay, just like how everyone was jacked. I mean, it's a cycle. Markets don't move up forever. They don't move down. They move in waves. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They go up. Our goal is to get in on the bottom. We don't want to buy up here when everyone's saying XRP is going to 10,000 by the end of the year. Okay, those people are still making videos today. Those people that were saying that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy buying up here. Don't be that guy or gal. Okay. Top 5 cryptos I have the highest conviction on. Well, I did a video on Monday that went over my entire portfolio. You guys can go watch that if you want. It's right here. That was yesterday. So my portfolio update, I just did that yesterday. I pretty much went over everything that I own. Obviously, the ones I have the most conviction on are the ones that are in my portfolio. I mean, Sui's a great play. Chainlink is my number one. Cetus is a good one. Uniswap is a good one. Aerodrome is a good one. Like, I got conviction on pretty much everything that I own. If I didn't have conviction, I wouldn't own the stuff. So I like XCN a lot too. Kita, I'm pretty close to getting stopped out on. HNT is an interesting play. Morpho's going to make some moves, I think. I think Morpho will probably be trading at 10 to 20 bucks by probably the end of the year or the end of 2027, depending on what happens with this Clarity Act. And Plume, I talked about this at the beginning. I think Plume looks really good here at a $50 million market cap. That could go to $1. It's sitting at a penny. I mean, $1 would just be a $500 million market cap. That is not unheard of. Okay, not at all, especially in a bear market. I'm sorry, it would have to go to $5 billion market cap, which is not a lot for a bull market. And obviously, we're in a bear market. So these bear market prices are nothing to what they'll be when things actually do decide to turn here. So I'm going to leave it at that here, folks. This was a fun one. We'll be back here live tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in. Same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. We left off right here at DJT. We didn't cover ORDI for our guy, though. Let's look at ORDI. ORDI USD. Okay, that one's looking good. It has a green dot. So I would just use a stop loss at like $3 and put it at 270. Let that thing rip. Or move it up here to like 310. Okay, and let that thing go. If that thing holds on to 315, it looks really good. Breaking out over the 9, got the green dot. Again, as long as the dot is green, we're bullish. If it flips the red, that's when we flip our stance. I like that one, but that's where we'll leave it today. We'll pick up tomorrow with IBM and Amazon from Echo. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Great talking with you guys. I love you guys. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. God bless you. Peace.